Nike just released a brand new commercial featuring Caitlin Clark and her new Kobe shoe that she released today. And I saw this commercial yesterday on social media. I thought it was so cool. There's a shot when she's in the locker room and she opens her eye and it like turns into what looks like a snake eye, but when you zoom in, it's actually the Kobe logo.
In one chilling cinematic strike, Nike didn't just release a commercial, they made a declaration. A black and gold serpent slithered onto our screens, and within 5 minutes, Caitlin Clark's exclusive Kobe's were gone sold out in record time. And just like that, the internet snapped. What Nike put out wasn't just another glossy marketing spot, it was a coronation, a power move, a line drawn in the sand. In crowning Caitlin Clark, they sparked a war, one that had already been simmering beneath the surface of women's basketball. But now, it boiled over.
Nike finally delivers Caitlin Clark PE. Is this the first Caitlin Clark exclusive Nike commercial since she's entered the WNBA? I know she's made a cameo here, she's made a cameo there, she was featured as part of this rollout here, featured as part of this rollout there, but is this our first official Caitlin Clark solo commercial since she has joined the WNBA?
So what did they show the world that sent everyone spiraling? Let's rewind. The ad opened like a scene straight out of a psychological thriller. Stark lighting, no background noise, just Caitlin Clark, calm and unshakable, lacing up a pair of black and gold Kobe 5s, the shoes she's long referred to as her magic. But as she tightens the laces, a transformation begins. Her eyes sharpen, slitting like a serpent's. She wasn't just channeling Kobe Bryant, she was becoming his heir. This was Mamba Caitlin. And this wasn't some throwaway campaign, this was full-blown Hollywood.
Caitlin Clark and Nike are officially dropping Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever player-exclusive Kobe 5s in just a couple weeks. So this shoe was first seen being worn by Caitlin and was thought to be a colorway made just for her up until just a couple days ago, where Nike's official images of the shoes got leaked and the announcement was made saying that everyone will now have a chance to wear her.
The production? Immaculate. Cinematography that rivaled big-budget movies. Visuals dripping in symbolism, a haunting score. It was superstar treatment, a level of prestige most often reserved for names like LeBron and Jordan. For decades, women's sports were treated like an afterthought, watered-down ads, bargain bin storytelling. But not this time. This time, Nike didn't give us leftovers, they served a 5-course meal. They gave us the main event, but no bold move in modern sports goes unchecked. And this one? It got hit hard.
So it's finally here. Caitlin Clark sneakers from Nike is finally dropping. She was signed to them last year, and the sneakers is a year late in my opinion, but nonetheless I'm excited because these sneakers is finally coming out. But what does annoy me a little bit is that this is a collaboration with Kobe.
The second the ad dropped, critics came crawling out of their corners with the same tired complaints. Why her? Why now? What about the others? The whispers were louder than ever. She's just a rookie, they said. She hasn't earned this. But let's be honest, that outrage wasn't about fairness. It was about discomfort. It was the gatekeepers rattled by the audacity of a new face rewriting their rules. Yes. Some argued she should have had her own signature shoe, not just a Kobe PE. But let's pause. You know how rare it is to get a Kobe PE? NBA players with entire careers behind them don't even have that honor. Caitlin got one, and that means something. She wasn't just the new kid, she was already the one. And while critics fumed, the sneaker world exploded. On Nike's sneakers app, infamous for being brutal to even the most loyal buyers, 13,000 pairs vanished in under 5 minutes. Not sold out, gone. Erased from the cart. Poof. The $190 retail tag? A memory. Within hours, pairs were flipping on resale sites for $375, some shot past $800. This wasn't manufactured hype. This was real. This was the raw Caitlin Clark effect in action. A storm of demand, unmatched by any player in the game today. And yet, behind Nike's glossy rollout was a mess, a delayed rollout, a ton of second-guessing, and corporate hesitation that nearly ruined everything. For months, Nike took heat for pumping resources into A'ja Wilson's line while seemingly ignoring the Caitlin frenzy. But then it came out Wilson had her deal signed for 2 years. A fact she quietly held while her camp threw subtle jabs online, feeding the narrative that Caitlin was somehow leapfrogging the veterans. Turns out, this wasn't an either-or situation, but Nike was too afraid to say that out loud. Enter Jordan Rodgers, a former Nike veteran with 15 years under his belt. He lit the fuse when he publicly called out the company for being too scared to go all in. His words? Brutal and honest. You've got the biggest needle mover since Michael Jordan, and you're slow playing her out of fear. He laid it all out. The politics, the hesitation, the unwillingness to offend, and the tragic irony that the same company willing to back 10 male athletes with signature lines was terrified of doing the same for a woman who was actively changing the sport. Why? Because Caitlin Clark wasn't just a basketball player. She had become the center of a culture war dragged into media-driven debates and turned into a lightning rod for controversy. Nike, a brand built on boldness, had gone quiet, terrified of backlash, frozen until they weren't. Until they remembered who they are and what they stand for. Because when they finally looked past the noise, they saw the truth staring them in the face. The numbers didn't lie. With Caitlin on the court, WNBA viewership skyrocketed, averaging over 1.09 million viewers per game. Without her, just 414,000. That's a 163% spike caused by one player. Attendance, her games drove a 105% increase league-wide. Her 41 games accounted for over a third of all ticket sales across the league. She was the storm. She was the signal. Her 2024 NCAA championship game, 18.9 million viewers. That's 4 million more than the men's game. She was selling out arenas, flooding websites, crashing sneaker drops, all while reshaping the entire ecosystem of women's basketball. Nike had no choice. The market forced their hand. And when they finally acted, they went big. The decision to link her debut with Kobe wasn't just smart, it was personal. Caitlin had been rocking Kobe's since Iowa. She called them her babies, her magic. And Kobe? He was a vocal champion for women's hoops, mentoring stars like Sabrina Ionescu and Gianna. So when she morphed into Mamba mode in that ad, it wasn't fiction. It was a spiritual passing of the torch. It was Kobe seeing himself in her killer instinct and all. And that moment, it changed everything. The Kobe PEs weren't the end. They were the opening act. Her first true signature sneaker is dropping soon, and when it does, it will mark a seismic shift. In the entire 28-year history of the WNBA, only 12 women have had a signature shoe. Meanwhile, 22 current NBA players do. Caitlin's upcoming line changes that balance, and her $28 million endorsement deal, once seen as massive, is now looking like a bargain, because she's not just bringing attention, she's bringing business. Suddenly, brands like Adidas, Reebok, and Under Armour have no choice but to adjust. Reebok already moved fast and snatched Angel Reese. They had to. Because Nike set a new floor for what female athletes are worth. Now, it's not just sneaker companies feeling the shift, it's everyone. Financial firms, beverage brands, telecoms, they're all realizing that women's basketball isn't charity, it's opportunity. Cities hosting Caitlin's games report booms in local economies. Restaurants fill. Hotels sell out. It's not just a marketing play. It's an economic stimulus. So why did it take Nike so long to get here? One word: fear. Fear of controversy. Fear of pushback. Fear of navigating the toxic, polarized discourse that Caitlin never asked to be part of. She's been used as a pawn in every debate imaginable, and Nike didn't want to get caught in the crossfire. But then they remembered their own tagline, "You can't win, so win." They saw what we all saw. That arguing with the pundits was useless, that winning the debate wasn't possible. But winning the market? That was. The Caitlin Clark era isn't coming. It's here, and it's rewriting the rules in real time. Nike fumbled the handoff, but they picked it up with purpose. They delivered a commercial that didn't just sell a shoe, it shook the sports world awake. She's not the future, she's the present, the arena packer, the number crusher, the story rewriter. And no matter how loud the critics scream, one thing is crystal clear. The fans have spoken, the market has spoken, and now finally Nike has spoken. They're all in, and there's no turning back. So drop your thoughts on this in comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more future WNBA-related crisp updates.